Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick review on my 1990 JZA70 Supra. This is probably my favorite car in the collection, and this car's got a pretty funny story to it, but here lately I haven't been enjoying it very much. It doesn't have any AC, and I just spent $700 to have the ECU rebuilt by a guy in Texas. I don't want to mention any names because I don't know if he messed up the ECU or if it's something else. It might be another unrelated issue. So we'll have to find that out. But I don't want to deal with it. I put the old ECU back in. Car just runs fine with the old ECU. So we'll figure it out. Not pointing any fingers. But yeah. This car I picked up in 2023. I picked it up in January. And I'll put some pictures right here. And yeah, so when I picked it up, it was pretty rough. I would call it a barn find, even though it was in the guy's garage. But it sat outside and got covered in like mud somehow, and it got covered in like tree leaves down in Virginia. But he bought it from Japanese Classics, and I've heard hit or miss things about Japanese Classics. Nothing really against them. They're selling old cars. Old cars have problems. So he bought it, drove it for like 2 months. Said something happened with the thermostat and blew the motor up, overheated, blew the motor up. How you kill one JZ, I don't know. That's crazy. But so he blew it up, and he just left it set outside of his buddy's house in Virginia for the longest time. And then they put it in his garage, and it got some scratches and stuff. And I mean, the car's not perfect. It's 30 years old at this point, 34, I think. That's crazy. But anyway, I kind of wanted one, and me and my dad wanted a little project that we could fix up and sell. So just get a little bit of money or whatever. And so we had a spare 1JZ, and I was on the fence about fixing the motor that was in the car because the head was in the trunk and everything. And I was on the fence about fixing that, or if I was going to just put the motor that I had in it. The motor I had in it was a long block. It didn't have turbos or intakes or anything. I had the intakes, but they weren't on it. So I was just like, whatever. I'll use the JZA70 stuff off this car, turbos, intakes, and everything, and I'll put them on that motor, and we'll call it good. I had the turbos rebuilt. I'll add some pictures here of when I got the turbos rebuilt. And I got turbos back, put them back on the motor. I did a lot of powder coating. I'll add some pictures of the powder coating here. I'm trying to start my own powder coating business, kind of. We'll see if that works out. I'm kind of just doing my own projects first and maybe selling some parts that I powder coat versus doing contract jobs or like taking on parts. So I'll add some pictures of my powder coating work here.
Remember, this is not just a story. This is our future.
And then we got the car running. The car started up fine. Like, I mean, it was crazy when this thing started. That's probably what made me like fall in love with this car and not really want to sell it. Was just it started so easy. I've never seen a project car come together from not running for 6 years or whatever, and then just starting fine. Like, that was insane to me. And so we got it running, started fixing it up and cleaning it up, adding some stuff to it. There's still a lot to do to it. It's still an old Supra, but it's turning out pretty good. There's some things I need to fix, some things I bought that didn't work or just don't suit my opinions or anything. Like, I don't know, just there's some stuff I just don't like about it that I'll have to fix again. But yeah, and let me see, what else did we do? We did the brakes. We powder coated the brakes. These look really good. I'll add pictures of when we powder coated those and put those on. Okay. And I put on these Blitz 03s. These came on a drift car that I bought, a Drift Mark III Supra. They're in perfect spec, in my opinion, for like a stock spec. It's not like crazy hot boy spec. They're only 17s, but the spec fits so nice on just a stock like car. These need rebuilt too. The faces starting to, like, the paint's starting to come off or whatever, so need to deal with that eventually. Got to do mud flaps, the mirror covers. Everybody, JZA70 mirror covers, they always do that, but I have other ones, just trying to figure out how to get them on, because they're 3D printed from a copy set of the Japanese ones, like the aftermarket Japanese ones that company went out of business, because I had those ordered for a long time and then they never shipped them. So I had my buddy that had a set, 3D print a set based on that set. So I don't know if they're going to fit right, but we'll figure it out. Painted the cowl panel. Could probably get in there. Okay, now we're on to the interior of the JZA70. A lot of people might not like this pink seat. I really liked it. When I first got it, I was so excited about it. I don't know how I feel about it now. I still like the pink, but I just hate some little things about it. It's got this planted seat bracket, and it just sets way too high. Like you can see, it's like an extra inch higher than it needs to be for some reason. And so, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan, but it works. If you're really tall, you won't like this car very much. It's because of this seat. I've got Seiko Supra floor mats. I love these floor mats. They're super nice. Don't worry, I need to clean all these cars. I've just kind of been, for the last couple of weeks, I've just been out of cars. I haven't wanted to do anything with cars because this one specifically with the ECU problems and in no AC, it just kind of made me mad. So I've actually started getting into other hobbies to stay away from cars for a little bit, kind of clear my mind. This thing's got an HKS boost controller. This is an old school one. And we were having boost problems with this thing too. And I think every electrical thing in this car is starting to go bad. So we've just been replacing all of it as much as we can. And I replaced the solenoid in the engine bay, and that didn't fix it. Or it kind of felt like it fixed it, but it didn't. And then my dad was like, why don't you try the controller that's in the car? And I was like, nah, that can't be it. And yeah, that was it. We had both because I bought like a whole new kit. It was so much money, but it was almost brand new, still in the box and everything. And we've got this carbon dash cover on it because the dash underneath is destroyed. Even this carbon cover is not perfect. It's got cracks and stuff, but I can probably get that repaired eventually if I ever find a shop that can do that. But yeah, this cover, super nice. Get a lot of questions about it. I wish I knew more about where to get it. I think some people say you can get it off Yahoo Auctions Japan. Maybe you can find some there every now and then. Who knows? Let's see. It's got this style climate control, which I'm not a huge fan of. The adjuster doesn't work, like to put it towards the face or the feet. And then same with like switching from heat to AC. Battling an AC problem with this car, trying to figure that out. Probably gonna have to take it to like Night Run or something. They do good work. And I've bought a lot of parts from Night Run, so hopefully they'll help me out and fix it, and then maybe fix the knock sensor issue too. That's probably my ECU issue. But yeah, I got a little thing here I gotta pull whenever I switch it from heat to AC, whatever. This car had a lot of mods on it from Japan. When it came over, the guy had drilled the dash for something, and then like down here it's drilled for something, and this is kind of broke. So I would really like to find another dash if one ever pops up, but who knows? If it doesn't, it's okay. Console lid is from my old drift car, the same one with the Blitz 03s. Then a lot of the parts he took and did this hydro dipping texture too, which is, I didn't like it at first, kind of grew on me. And neat little fact for the Mark III owners out there, this pop tray, you wouldn't think that it would be different because it's right-hand drive, but it is. This stuff's on this side, whereas on the US cars it's on this side, so that's kind of neat. I got a Thames Delete tray. I think I stuck that in because this car didn't have one, but it did have Thames from the factory. Just a cheap little radio that's Japanese. I didn't change it out. And then this car had 3 speed limit defensors in it. It had the Blitz ECU one that was in the ECU. It had this one that's never worked. It's never came on. And then it had an HKS one that never worked because when I took the ECU out, it still didn't work. Door panel's pretty normal, like 90 door panel. The door lock's smaller than the US cars. I got a pink shirts tucked in shift boot. Okay guys, we're back. Wanted to get a little bit of the interior of the driver's side. I got this Nardi wheel that also came out of the drift car. Kind of every time I build a Supra or put a Supra together, I like adding to it, kind of taking some of the parts from the last car if I don't keep the last car, and then adding to it and adding to it and adding to it. But this has a cool Club A70 horn button. It's really cool. It doesn't work, but it's really cool. Oh yeah, I got a pink stitch shift boot. I kind of add to the pink theme. I got the little Blitz 03 Girl air freshener. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll add a video of the digital dash. The battery's dead. The car's been sitting, like I said, for a couple weeks. Haven't drove it. So I'll add a video of the digital dash here. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. That was my JZA70. I'll try to add maybe I'll add some more pictures at the end here.